kind of a cheap movie. We had certain restrictions. It had to be a small cast.
Ethan Coen doesn't make careless films. Every shot in a Coen Brothers movie serves a purpose. Every line of dialogue carries weight.
A remark about the film that I'd just seen, and the filmmaker had been hiding around the corner next to the elevator.
Every character choice reveals something true about human nature. They build their films like watchmakers build clocks. Precision, patience, respect for craft. So when Ethan Coen hates a movie, he's not being petty, he's reacting to everything his work stands against. These 10 films violate that code completely. They simplify where the Coens complicate. They manipulate where the Coens illuminate. They pander where the Coens challenge. Some won Oscars. Some made billions. Some became cultural phenomena. But to Ethan Coen, they represent cinema at its most dishonest, its most calculated, its most insulting to human intelligence. This list matters because it reveals what great filmmaking requires: respect for the audience, honesty about character, willingness to leave questions unanswered. Let's examine the 10 films Ethan Coen despises most and understand what they teach us about craft. 10. Green Book, 2018. Green Book won Best Picture.
Whatever movie you're promoting in a different way than we do. I mean, as you say, a sort of...
It made audiences feel good about racism being solved through friendship and fried chicken.
And rich white people pay me to play piano for them because it makes them feel cultured. But as soon as I step off that stage, I go right back to being just another.
And Ethan Coen allegedly couldn't believe what he was watching. This film takes one of America's most painful histories and turns it into a road trip where a white guy teaches a black genius how to eat with his hands. Here's what Ethan hates about this approach. It simplifies everything. Racism becomes individual prejudice that disappears through personal connection. Structural oppression becomes a series of rude restaurant owners. The complexity of the civil rights era becomes background scenery for buddy comedy moments. Its history sanded down until it's safe enough for award shows. The Coens never simplify. Watch Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? They set it in the Depression-era South, but never pretend the racial dynamics were simple or easily resolved. They show the Klan as terrifying and absurd simultaneously. They don't offer easy answers or comfortable resolutions. Green Book does the opposite. It tells white audiences that good intentions and Italian food solve centuries of violence. 9. Bohemian Rhapsody, 2018. Bohemian Rhapsody made $1 billion, turning Freddie Mercury's dangerous, complicated life.
That was one of the big attractions to us about this. It was doing a movie about the place we grew up in.
Into a PG-13 victory lap. It took one of rock's greatest rebels and made him safe for families. Ethan Coen sees this as the death of biographical honesty. Not because the film needed to be explicit, but because it needed to be true. The problem isn't what Bohemian Rhapsody shows, it's what it hides. Freddie's sexuality gets reduced to a subplot about a manipulative boyfriend. His AIDS diagnosis becomes a dramatic reveal instead of a lived reality. The mess and pain and complexity of his actual life disappear behind crowd-pleasing concert recreations. The film cares more about recreating Live Aid than understanding the man on that stage. Ethan hates biopics for exactly this reason. They turn people into greatest hits packages. They smooth out contradictions. They build toward inspirational moments instead of exploring genuine complexity. The Coens have never made a traditional biopic because they understand that real lives don't fit into three-act structures with triumphant finales. 8. Avatar, 2009. Avatar is the highest-grossing film ever made. James Cameron spent years developing technology to create an entire alien world.
Sort of true crime kind of movie based in Minnesota, which, as Joel said, is where we're from.
The visuals are stunning, the 3D revolutionary, and underneath all that expensive innovation is a story Ethan Coen recognized immediately as Pocahontas in space with worse dialogue. Here's what drives Ethan crazy about Avatar. It proves that spectacle can completely replace substance, and audiences won't care. The story is older than the cinema itself. White savior goes native, falls in love, becomes better at being native than the natives. The characters are types, not people. The dialogue sounds like it was written by someone who's never heard humans speak. None of it matters because the trees glow pretty colors. The Coens built their reputation on the opposite approach. Script first, character first. Visual style serves story, never replaces it. Watch No Country for Old Men. The cinematography is stunning, but every shot reveals character or builds tension. Nothing exists just to look impressive. Avatar is all impressive visuals, signifying nothing. 7. The Notebook, 2004. The Notebook is beloved as one of the great romantic films women cry.
Remark we made about the way we go about writing as opposed to the way we go about producing the film once we're on the set.
Couples watch it on anniversaries. It's considered the gold standard of cinematic love stories.
For 7 years. Now it's too late.
I'm working 365 letters.
Ethan Coen watches it and sees emotional engineering disguised as romance. Every scene was calculated to extract tears without earning them honestly. The problem isn't that The Notebook is romantic, it's mechanical. The characters exist only to hit emotional beats. Their personalities disappear behind the requirement to be endlessly devoted. The obstacles in their relationship feel manufactured. The movie doesn't explore love. It manipulates you into feeling emotions through montages and rain-soaked kisses and elderly people reading letters. Watch the Coens handle relationships. Even in their comedies, people remain complicated. In A Serious Man, marriage crumbles through small betrayals and cosmic indifference. In Barton Fink, loneliness feels genuine and strange. In Inside Llewyn Davis, relationships fail for reasons that feel true to life. The Coens never simplify human connection into easily digestible emotional moments. 6. American Sniper, 2014. American Sniper made Clint Eastwood hundreds of millions. It turned Chris Kyle into an uncomplicated hero. It presented the Iraq War without moral ambiguity. Without difficult questions, without any of the complexity that actual war demands. Ethan Coen sees this as propaganda dressed up as biography, and he despises propaganda. Here's the issue. Chris Kyle was a real person with contradictions, controversies, and complications. American Sniper erases all of that. It gives you a superhero who protects troops and loves his family. The Iraqi people become either terrorists or background. The war's morality never gets questioned. Kyle's job involves killing over 100 people, and the film never asks you to wrestle with that reality. The Coens understand violence requires moral complexity. No Country for Old Men presents Anton Chigurh as terrifying precisely because the film refuses to explain or justify him. The violence feels real and disturbing. There's no glory in it. American Sniper does the opposite. It makes killing feel heroic, necessary, uncomplicated. 5. Forrest Gump, 1994. Forrest Gump is one of America's most beloved films. It won Best Picture. It made Tom Hanks an icon. And Ethan Coen sees it as the most successful celebration of anti-intellectualism in cinema history. A film that presents stupidity as wisdom and accidentally stumbling through history as virtue. Here's what drives Ethan crazy. Forrest succeeds at everything without trying, without thinking. Without understanding, he becomes rich, famous, and historically significant purely through luck and simplicity. Meanwhile, Jenny, who actually thinks, questions, and struggles, gets punished with abuse, addiction, and death. The message is clear. Don't think, don't question, just run and trust that blind optimism will carry you through. 4. Lay Lay Land, 2016. Lay Lay Land almost won Best Picture. Critics called it a love letter to cinema in Los Angeles. Damien Chazelle created gorgeous colors and elaborate dance numbers. And Ethan Coen watched a film that loves the idea of musicals without understanding what made them matter. Style worshiping style with nothing underneath. The problem isn't that La La Land references old musicals. The Coens reference genre constantly. The issue is that those references lead nowhere. The film is about two people who love jazz and movies, but it never explores why that love matters. It's nostalgia without purpose. Pretty shots of Los Angeles landmarks without any real understanding of the city. Dance numbers that look beautiful but reveal nothing about character. Watch the Coens use genres. The Big Lebowski deconstructs noir while telling a story about meaning and purpose. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou uses Homer's Odyssey to explore American mythology. Their references always serve larger ideas. La La Land just points at old movies and says, "Remember these?" That's not homage. That's an empty quotation. 3. The Greatest Showman, 2017. The Greatest Showman turns P.T. Barnum into an inspirational hero. It makes his circus of exploitation into a celebration of diversity and acceptance. It rewrites a con man's history to sell soundtracks to families. And Ethan Coen sees this as one of the most dishonest films ever made. Not because it's a musical, because it lies about its subject to manipulate audiences. Here's the reality. P.T. Barnum exploited people with disabilities, displayed them as freaks, and built his fortune on human suffering. He was a huckster who understood spectacle and manipulation. The Greatest Showman acknowledges this for exactly one song before deciding he was actually a misunderstood dreamer, bringing joy to outcasts, its historical revisionism as family entertainment. The Coens never lie about their character's morality. The dude is lazy and irresponsible. Llewyn Davis is self-destructive and difficult. The brothers in True Grit are criminals. The Coens show you who people are without sanitizing them for audience comfort. They trust viewers to engage with complexity and moral ambiguity. 2. Joker, 2019. Joker won the Golden Lion at Venice. Joaquin Phoenix won an Oscar. Todd Phillips claimed he made a serious film about mental illness and societal failure. And Ethan Coen watched 2 hours of Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy being ripped off by a director who thought he was making something profound. Here's what makes Ethan furious about Joker. It's derivative without understanding what it's stealing from. Phillips takes Scorsese's visual style, his character study approach, his gritty New York atmosphere, but he misses what made those films work. Scorsese explores Travis Bickle's psychology without excusing it. Joker wants you to sympathize with Arthur while he murders people. That's not complexity, that's confusing. 1. Crash 2004. This is the film Ethan Coen hates most. Crash won Best Picture over Brokeback Mountain. Paul Haggis wrote it like a thesis statement with characters attached. Every person is a symbol. Every scene delivers a message. Every coincidence exists to prove that racism is bad and everyone is connected. It's not a cinema. It's a sermon with a camera. Here's what makes Crash unbearable to Ethan. It treats the audience like children. Like we need every moral spelled out, every theme underlined, every connection made obvious. The film doesn't trust viewers to think or feel or understand anything subtle. A racist cop saves a black woman he molested earlier. Get it? People are complex. A carjacker learns about Asian trafficking. Get it? Everyone suffers. The Coens built their entire career on trusting audiences. A serious man ends with a tornado approaching and a cancer diagnosis, no resolution, no answer. Inside, Llewyn Davis ends exactly where it began. No growth, no lesson. The Coens understand that life doesn't provide neat moral conclusions. They give you stories and let you find your own meaning. These 10 films share one failure. They insult intelligence, simplify complexity, and manipulate rather than illuminate. Ethan Coen's hatred protects what cinema should be. Honest, challenging, respectful of its audience. Which film would you add? Comment and subscribe.